You made a comment about how you was one of the few rappers that never sold their soul. What made you say that?
Because I know majority of these rappers. Yeah. I know what be going on behind the scenes. I know who not really in control.
Yeah, it's like, man, who is the new street rapper that we could sign that's gonna impact the masses in their city, and we gonna blow them up, and they young, so they don't realize that they being used right now, you heard me? They don't realize it. We gonna make them rich, and we gonna get one from every major city, because that way we can make sure that they give birth to a whole bunch of mini-me's that's looking up to them.
You know, a lot of times people be blinded by what they see in these videos and on TV, but I just know, I know what I know, man.
What if the biggest secret in the music industry has been hiding in plain sight all along? While fans were distracted by hit songs, luxury lifestyles, and viral headlines, legendary Houston rapper Lil Flip claims he's witnessed a much darker side of the business. After building his career independently and earning millions before signing with a major label, he now alleges that many artists paid a hidden price for fame. From disturbing behind-the-scenes encounters to claims of spiritual pressure and powerful industry gatekeepers, his story raises questions that most people have never even considered.
Be going on behind the scenes. I know who not really in control. You know what I mean? I know the real. You know, a lot of times people be blinded by what they see in these videos and on TV, but I just know, I know what I know, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that ain't being righteous, and they ain't keeping it infinity, because keeping it 100 ain't enough. That's a limit. You go, with me, you gotta keep it infinity. So it's just a lot of people, man, that's just, you know, selling their soul and selling themselves short and distracted with the wrong things. So, you know, it is what it is, man. This industry is a very evil industry, you know what I mean? Like, it's very evil, man. So you gotta really surround yourself with people that think like you or bigger than you. So it's a nice amount of, I ain't gonna even say nice, it's a lot of rappers that sold their soul, and, you know, they let money dictate everything they do. They value money more than they value humans. I ain't participating in no bullshit. If it ain't righteous, I don't want to be a part of it, man. I'm not gonna snake my people, and yeah, I ain't gonna snake my people, and yeah, I can't sell my people out, and I ain't gonna sell myself out. Fame ain't that important, man, for me to just do anything. It's cool. I'm used to the attention.
Lil Flip, the Houston rap icon who built his career independently, says the music industry hides a side most fans never see. According to him, some artists don't just sacrifice creative freedom, they compromise the very values that once defined them in exchange for fame and fortune. Having worked alongside many of these performers, Flip claims he's watched talented people change in ways he never expected. He insists he refused opportunities that conflicted with his principles, while others embraced them without hesitation. If his claims are true, the biggest question isn't just what these artists agreed to, it's who is behind the system and why certain people are targeted in the first place.
Once you influence you, then you're an asset to them, right? So once you understand your value position, right? Like, you could be an independent guy, putting work in, and get to a point where you're good enough for them to purchase your soul, right? And when you see, there's no artist, let me be clear, there's no artist in this industry that's doing major numbers with these platforms that haven't sold their soul. And when you know what you're looking at and you know how to decipher, you will see it. And the people like the brother right here who has this merch and is doing it out the trunk and direct to consumer, you will never get to that $20 million club without going through certain doors.
So now I gotta ask this question.
So E40 didn't do it?
Hold on. Now I gotta ask this question. Do you guys believe that the rappers that are at the top sold their soul?
Yes.
Nope.
Somehow.
Yes.
According to these claims, the people behind the scenes don't approach everyone. They allegedly focus on artists with undeniable talent who are also facing financial struggles or personal hardships. The idea is that they study who is most vulnerable before presenting opportunities that seem impossible to refuse. turning ambition and desperation into powerful leverage.
Yes. Industry plants exist, yes. The music industry will conspire to say, what this artist represents is something that we need more of in America. So if it's extreme ignorance, if it's watered down blackness, if it's whiteness that represents being able to be cool and be accepted by black people, whatever it is, we want more of that. So we will do everything in our power to make this person pop off and be a star, to push this agenda. Or we have a vested interest financially in seeing this artist make it. Because not only do we have this artist signed to us, but we manage this artist, and we know that this artist is gonna create a whole generation of people just like them. Yeah, they definitely got industry plans. Yes, all of these black artists who ain't even old enough to understand the contract that they about to sign, and who are being signed just because they had one thing that went viral, that they glorifying a bunch of murder and a bunch of just negativity, and all of a sudden they about to get paid millions of dollars. Those are industry plants. The industry knows the impact that those artists will have on the rest of their community. They know it. And they're just like, oh man, we need that person to make it for sure. But if you are representing something positive or something righteous or something intellectual or godly, you absolutely have to do way more work to make the industry say, all right, we're gonna let them in. It's like, all right, we're gonna let a J. Cole in. We're gonna let a Kendrick Lamar in. But we got enough. We got enough of them. You know what I'm saying? We got enough of them. You realize that J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar are two of the richest rappers walking planet Earth today? Two of the most successful rappers? Why would the industry not want more J. Coles and more Kendrick Lamars?
Yeah, they don't even floss or anything, bro. You don't see them with jewelry, none of that.
Bro, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar scare the industry, because if they let more of them in, you're gonna have a whole generation of people coming up who are black, who are saying, I ain't even gotta flaunt no jewelry, you heard me? I ain't even gotta flaunt fancy cars, and I can be intellectual, I can be woke, I can be a man of God.
Or rap about it.
Or rap about that stuff. And if you got a whole generation of black people that's coming up, that's like, man, there wasn't one J. Cole and one Kendrick Lamar. There were a ton of them, and they were all huge. Now keep in mind, a ton of people exist who are doing the same type of work that Cole and Kendrick are doing. And they're doing that work in their own way. I'm one of the people, you know? And there's a bunch of people that are doing that. But for the mainstream music industry, man, they don't want a bunch of that to exist, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't want more of that.
According to Lil Flip's account, the people behind these alleged practices don't pursue every artist. He claims they focus on musicians facing financial hardship or years of rejection, believing desperation makes people more likely to accept opportunities they would otherwise refuse. Flip says he was never in that position because he had already built an independent career on his own terms. Whether you believe these claims or not, they lead to one unavoidable question. What are these industry insiders allegedly asking artists to do once they make their move?
Oh.
Have you ever been approached to do anything out of pocket?
I've been approached to have somebody come to my house and pray. And yeah, like, hey man, this guy, yeah, he's like he gets spirits out, and you know, he wants to come and pray. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I want to continue to pray the way I've been praying. I don't know who he believe in and what he believe in, but he can't come in my house. So, yeah, peace. I kept God in what I got going on. I kept God. I keep God in what I got going on. I don't love money. I talk for myself. I come from a family that programmed me and trained me to be out in this world and out in the streets and knowing how to maneuver. So you can't lure me with no money or nothing like that. Like, meaning like, if I don't want to do the deal, I ain't gonna do the deal. The difference between me and a lot of artists is I started doing music for God. My grandmother played the piano. I was in the church. I sung in the choir. I played the drums, played the piano. sung in the choir for God, went to different churches and sung here and there, right? For God, doing music in the studios, making gospel music, making hip hop. But I started off doing music for God. So I'm not gonna let money dictate every move I make when it comes to music. It's a blessing for me to be able to create. The money is gonna come. So I just pride myself in treating people right, and relationships outlast money. So you treat people right and you move the correct way, you'll have longevity. So for any artist or anybody that's a hater or just a fan or whatever you are, if you feel like some of your favorite artists fell off, sometimes you gotta just go take a trip down there and link up with them and see how they living. Cause I can speak for the artists that's in Texas. We still getting money, we still working, we still touring. We not broadcasting everything we do.
Lil Flip goes on to make one of his most controversial claims yet. He says people connected to the industry allegedly wanted to visit his home under the pretense of offering spiritual guidance. According to Flip, he believed their intentions were far darker, so he refused any involvement. He suggests this was only the beginning, claiming that other artists were later pressured with even more disturbing requests behind closed doors.
Depending on what part of the industry you're trying to get access to, there's gatekeepers. So if you're trying to get signed to a major label, there's gatekeepers. If you're trying to get on certain media platforms to get interviewed, there's gatekeepers. If you're trying to get on the mainstream radio, you heard me, urban radio, there's gatekeepers. Yes. On the totem pole of people with integrity and people with morals, values, and principles, these gatekeepers ain't nobody. But in this perverted, sick, twisted industry, these gatekeepers do hold access to certain levels, you know? Bro, I've had gatekeepers in the music industry who have literally tried to hold a record deal behind their back and let me know, like, look, if you're a part of this homosexual act that I'm trying to take part in, you heard me? Yeah, come on, this door open real quick for you. Like, I got a song where I've talked about that before called The Devil's Playground. Like, this is real, dog. And the only way that type of stuff can work on you is if you let them have all the leverage to where you want what's behind that gate that bad. So that's a real thing. You also got people who, this a different type of gatekeeper. The gatekeepers who will say, hey, you making too much righteous noise right now. If you just tone that righteousness down a little bit, then we'll allow you into these doors. But you gotta tone that down. You gotta become a little more vanilla, you heard me? A little more lukewarm, a little more bland, and you'll fit in with us more. So that's the slick gatekeeping. It ain't telling you to all the way, you know, bend over or open your mouth or something like that. It ain't that, but it's telling you, like, dim your light. And what ends up happening is you got so many people that's like, well, that's not that bad. They not asking me to do nothing super crazy. I just gotta dim my light. That's the scariest kind right there. Cause a lot of people will be like, wait, I just gotta turn it from level 10 to level 5? Man, bet, I could do that, bro. I bet, now I get accepted, cool. Next thing you know, you got a whole industry, brother, that's lukewarm. Whole industry lukewarm. So then when somebody that's on fire come along, they're looking at it like, whoa, you crazy, hold on, you shining too bright, hold on.
D1 has also made controversial allegations about the music industry, claiming he was offered career opportunities that came with demands he believed crossed serious moral lines. According to him, those offers promised major label success, exposure, and recognition, but at a personal cost, he refused to accept. He and Lil Flip both say they walked away, raising difficult questions about how much pressure aspiring artists can face while chasing success. Whether these claims are accurate remains unverified, but they continue to fuel debate about power, influence, and exploitation within the entertainment industry.
When you said that 99% of the rappers in the industry is fake?
Yeah, when it comes to artists, yeah, but the people that I've encountered, see, I can't speak on the people that I haven't met. So when I said that I'm speaking on 99% of the artists that I've met, they've done funny and, you know, said they was gonna do this and didn't do that, and then God will put them like right around me, like, you know what I mean? And instead of me being like bitter because somebody promised me, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this for you, I just be like, all right, I just put you in my book as a liar. You know what I mean? Because it's people that'll see you in public. I call it Hollywood talk. Hey, what's up, bro, man? I'm a fan of your music, man. We got to do something, man. Here, take my number. Do you take their number? They don't answer. You know what I mean? They don't answer. But they might do an interview and be like, yeah, Flip, one of my favorite rappers. But then they don't answer their phone. And then when they see you again, it's like they seen a ghost. Hey, man, take my number, man. I know we supposed to do something. It's cool. You offered the verse. I didn't ask you for the verse. You know what I mean? So it's cool, man. People promise you all kind of shit in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't deliver. But I'm a solo artist. So I gotta depend on me. Everything everybody told me not to do worked for me. So whether a person keep their word about rapping or singing on the song, it's not gonna stop me from getting where I need to go. Cause I'm gonna go put the work in, and I put the work in already.
Yeah, you also mentioned that, you know, you helped a lot of rappers, and once they got on, they went Hollywood on you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's one that went super. It's one that went super Hollywood, man. I'm like, damn, bro, you really changed like that, bro. But like I say, man, I was prepared for it, man. I don't be surprised by nothing I see no more in this. So I just take that this face value, man. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, that money shows your true character, man.
Yep, and I'm gonna be the same whether I got it or I don't got it. It don't make me.
Real talk. How you feel about the people that say the Houston rap scene fell off? From your point of view, what happened?
I can't speak on what happened with anybody else's life. I kept doing music.
No, in general.
No, but
the Houston music scene.
No, but what I'm saying, I can't speak on what happened, meaning like I don't know what other people was doing in their life, or whether you want to say the momentum to slow down or whatever. Everybody got their own different situations. Some people left labels. Some people, you know, did tech stuff. You know, everybody had different reasons for why they did what they did. But
Lil Flip says staying true to his principles came with a heavy price. According to his experience, many people in the industry made big promises that never became reality, and he believes every opportunity came with hidden conditions. He claims that artists who refuse to compromise can find themselves pushed to the sidelines, with fewer opportunities, less media attention, and reduced industry support. Whether or not these allegations are true, his story adds to the ongoing debate about power, influence, and the cost of maintaining integrity in the music business.
Twice a year, whatever. But if it's not $1 million budget being spent on marketing and radio and ads and posters and, you know, brainwashing you to know, hey, this album is out, here's a billboard over here, then it's gonna look like you're not doing nothing. But like I say, success is subjective, you know what I mean? So we still working, you know what I'm saying? Paul's still touring. I just did a show with him. He brought me out as a special guest. He got a deal with Paul Masson, liquor deals and shit like that. Chameleonaire doing the tech shit. You know, Slim still living great, you know, doing shows. Rose still living great. You know, I'm doing shows, making albums. Key got a podcast, Legend Talk, you know what I'm saying? He's still great, doing shows. Everybody elevating. Young Star, you know what I mean? I brought him out to Carbach on 713 Day. Like, we still out here working, holding it down, you know, for Big Pokey, for all the legends. So we just still working, man. It's just not millions of dollars being spent on marketing no more. We back independent. So, you know, we got our core fan base and they go book us and with us regardless. So.
But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Despite the obstacles, Lil Flip argues that independent artists can still succeed without compromising their principles. He points to musicians who have built loyal audiences, earned real income, and created lasting careers through genuine fan support rather than major label backing. According to Flip, their success proves that there are different paths to the top, and it leaves one compelling question. If independent success is possible, why do some artists still believe they have to sacrifice their values to make it?
I feel like I get the respect from the people who matters most to me. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes with aligning yourself with certain people, and if this person is managing you, they'll get you these kind of looks, and this will make you look like you're bigger than somebody else, you know what I mean? Because your manager is getting you these kind of looks. But at the end of the day, success is, you know, subjective. Nobody sees what happens with my life every day behind the scenes. Some people are brainwashed to, hey, if you ain't on the radio like you used to be or on TV like you used to be, you fell off. That's the average mind. But then people that understand and overstand and cloverstand business, they'll get what success means. Like, so for me, man, I'm always out and about, running into people, taking pictures with fans, signing autographs, people. I just left talking, what was the unit? The old Ramsey unit, Stringfellow, now is what they call it. We just left Stringfellow unit, talking to the prisoners. I performed. Shout out to Mike Prince, you know what I'm saying? Rapper Love Mob Ties, that's fam. So yeah, we just went to talk to the prisoners, and man, we made their day. We performed, man. They still believe in God. Some of them performed. I seen some people that I knew that I ain't seen in 20 years. You know what I mean? So, and I got my respect from God. I got my respect from my family, respect from my hood, respect from my city, and in the world. You know, I travel, man. I be everywhere, man. So for me, the respect that I get, as long as it's coming from people that really respect me, that's really all I care about. The people that are brainwashed or they're sheep and they just follow trends, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So who respect me, man, listen, that's where it matters the most. So I don't think about it outside of that.
I just think, me personally, your name should come up more. But, you know, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I chose not to indulge in the weirdo shit that's going on in this industry. So when you still believe in God, man, and you ain't compromising your morals, I'm not selling my soul for no fame. I ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep God in everything I do. Sometimes they try to make a path longer or harder for you, but I deal with the consumer. You know what I mean? So, and that, I practice great customer service, and they're very satisfied. They're having the same number, man, since high school. Like, I'm still dealing with the promoters and talking to them, the artists, the people I done did songs with all over this world, man. I see them, you know, I give them copies of my book, I give them game, I mentor them, and then when I bump back into them, they be like, man, we read your book, we applied what you put in your book, and I'm booking shows now. So that's who I really care about, because a lot of people that's at the top, man, they don't care. They culture vultures. They don't care what's going on in the community like that. They just want their money. I care about my community. So that's why I make sure I'm out and about helping people, you know, looking out for people. I did a verse for a guy yesterday.
But here's what often sets long-lasting artists apart from overnight celebrities: the relationship they build with their fans. Lil Flip argues that independent musicians tend to stay grounded, connect directly with their audience, and build careers that last far beyond a single hit. He believes genuine fan support creates a stronger foundation than short-term hype. He also claims positive independent voices don't always receive the same level of attention as mainstream acts, a view that continues to spark debate about how the music industry decides who gets promoted.
These dudes ain't never been to jail. You ain't got to worry about, oh, we might sign him and he might go to jail and we can't even put no music out. These dudes ain't never been in no shootouts or nothing like that. Why would the industry not want more of that? Think about it. Think about it.
You right, man. That's a real talk, yo.
Come on, man. You mean to tell me you not a headache? And you still gonna make buku bread for us and for yourself, and just like everything is all good? Like people entertained by you, they love you, da-da-da? You mean to tell me they wouldn't be like, man, we need more of that? But come on, bro. Come on, bro. Every year, they're like, yo, who is the new street rapper that need to get signed and get pushed out there? Not in one city, but in every major city. Every year, it's like, man, who is the new street rapper that we could sign that's gonna impact the masses in their city, and we gonna blow them up, and they young, so they don't realize that they being used right now, you heard me?
Lil Flip and D1 argue that artists who promote positive messages often struggle to receive the same level of attention as those creating more controversial content. They believe the industry rewards certain images and narratives, while others are left on the sidelines. These are serious allegations that remain unverified, but they have sparked ongoing debate about how success is shaped in the music business. In the end, the decision is yours. Listen with an open mind, support the artists whose values resonate with you, and decide for yourself what kind of industry you want to encourage.